Hi there, it's Ernest from Astute. Today we'll be talking about getting started in the points hobby. There are a ton of blogs out there with lots of information on how to get started in this hobby. Here are my quick tips. Tip number 1 is to get organized. Now what I mean by that is that you need to have your entire financial house in order. You need to make sure that you can pay your bill every month. You don't want to carry a balance with any credit cards because that will negate the value of any points or rewards that you earn. Now the best way that I know of to do this is to use a financial system or software in order to track your expenses and your budget. There are 2 tools that I recommend for this. One is mint.com. A lot of my friends are looking for ways to automate their budgeting and finances, and Mint has a pretty good solution. It basically connects to all your bank accounts and credit cards, and it pulls data from them every time you log in. This will give you a picture of how much you're spending and whether you're staying within your budget. The second tool that I'll recommend is You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short. I've been using YNAB since 2009, and I love it. It's a program that requires a little bit more work than Mint, in that you have to enter your transactions and you have to reconcile them against your actual budget categories. What I love about the program is that I always know that whatever I'm spending on my credit cards, that I actually have that money to actually pay it off. It becomes more about how much I'm spending per category versus on which credit card I'm using or whether I'm using cash. It really becomes about whether I'm actually spending the amount of money that I budgeted. When you get into this hobby, it's really important to know how much you're actually spending on your daily expenses. Do you spend a lot for groceries, on gasoline, on dining out? Knowing these things can be really helpful. So structuring your budget, understanding your finances is crucial. Some credit cards offer bonuses in certain categories. So understanding your daily spend definitely helps you match up the right card and the right program. The idea is that you want to maximize your points through all your spend. And by understanding where you're spending the most money, you can find the right card and the right program. Tip number 2 is determining your travel goals. It's important to understand your goals and preferences before you start getting in this hobby. Here are a list of questions to consider before you actually start applying for cards. Do you want to focus on airline miles, hotel points, or both? What part of the world are you planning to travel to? Are you hoping to stay domestic or travel internationally? What airlines serve your home airport? When flying, are you looking to fly first class and business class, or is economy class sufficient? Now that may seem like a silly question. For me, it's all about getting as much travel as I can with as little points as I can. But for other people, it can be about trying to get the most luxurious travel they can get. Lastly, tip number 3 is to know your credit score. Understanding where you are on the spectrum of credit scores can be really helpful to know whether you have a high chance of getting qualified or disqualified for a certain card. Certain premium cards, such as the Chase Sapphire, Reserve, or the American Express Platinum, do require a pretty high credit score. Understanding whether you have a low score or a high score can definitely help with determining your strategy for applying for cards. So, those are my top 3 tips. I'll be diving deeper into each one of the topics in future videos. Now, I can't stress enough tip number 1. I see a lot of folks who make the mistake of jumping into the hobby, applying for credit cards when they already have a lot of credit card debt and they're not able to manage their finances. I'm not trying to be a downer, but I just want to make sure that you don't put yourself into a deeper hole. This is such a fun way to travel for free, but it has risks. And if you don't have a good sense of your finances, it can put you in a deeper hole. This is a disclaimer I give to all my friends and family members, so I want to make sure that I tell you the same thing. Also, I've included a link to both You Need a Budget and mint.com in the description below. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, and I'd love it if you would subscribe as well. Until next time, travel safe and travel smart.